So step 9 is all about supplementation. Now we get asked about, do I need to supplement all the time? So we're going to talk about the 3 things that people are most concerned about. That is B12, vitamin D, and a multivitamin. Are these things that I need to be taking? So Jason, tell us a little bit about B12.
Okay, B12, because we live in such a sterile environment, we don't grow our own foods anymore. B12 comes from the bacteria, and none of us get it in. Like I said, the only reason it is in a meat-based diet is because it's fortified. I'm not going to go into why and how they fortify it. Google search it or watch What the Health that explains it. But for a plant-based source, you can get B12 from nutritional. And it's a great way. You can just sprinkle it on salads, sprinkle it on food. You can make an alternative cheese. It has a little cheesy flavor to it, so it makes a real good cheese sauce that's healthy for you and not quite.
Absolutely. So B12, we don't take a normal supplement. That's not something that we do. So we're not going to recommend one to you. If you feel like you need to take a B12 supplement, we highly recommend that you do some self-education and find the best option for you. Again, in Jason's example just now, when he was showing you what he eats, he just used 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast and he more than meets that requirement for the day. So we don't add anything additionally to that. Now, vitamin D. A lot of people are worried about vitamin D. There's been some noise in the media about that. How do we get vitamin D?
We all get vitamin D from one source. You're not supplementing. The sun.
The sun, that's
just
right.
Step outside, walk around for a good 10 to 30 minutes. You're going to have all the vitamin D for the day. Now, with the state of the world and everything going on, I'm not sure if you're in a place where you're quarantined in the house or it's just not safe for you to get out. If so, then you may want to look into a vitamin D supplement, but we don't use it, so we don't have anything anyone to recommend. You can use one of the doctors that are plant-based. They do have recommendations for you.
So the only other thing I want to say about B12 and vitamin D are, unless you've taken a blood panel, you don't actually know that you have a deficiency, right? And so sometimes we have a thought that we need to supplement because people around us are making noise and saying, you can't possibly get all your nutrition that you need, and so you feel like you have to supplement, but you really don't know if you have deficiencies in this area until you have done a blood panel, okay? Now about a multivitamin, right? Like, should I just take a multivitamin to be on the safe side? And we have some things to say about that. So we actually do. We take a supplement that is 90 vitamins and nutrients. We take it every day. But we want to talk a little bit about this process. So Jason, we've got here, use high quality supplements only.
All supplements are not created equal, and all supplements are not supplements. We live in a world of marketing and advertising, and it's easier to put something on a label than actually know what's inside what you're taking. So be very careful of that. We don't recommend any of our clients to take anything that's over the counter. Also, like we tell them, I've had clients be like, well, I found this cheap. And I'm like, send me a copy of the ingredient label and let's see what you're really paying. And you're going to be surprised. Cheap is not better. Your health is your wealth. And sometimes when we're cutting corners, you're just cutting corners and cutting time off your life. You're doing that to your health. Like, you want to tell a story about New York?
Yeah, so there was a huge case. I used to be vitamin skeptic. I'm not so much anymore. I think that there's definitely a place for this. I've done lots of research around this. But there was this huge case in New York where the AG went in and they raided a bunch of pharmacies like your CVS. I'm not going to say exactly which ones. I'm not sure the exact ones, and I don't want to be sued, right? But they went in, and GNC was definitely one of them. They went in and they raided them, and they took several of their supplements off the shelves, and they went in and they tested them to see if what was on the shelf was actually on the bottle, what was actually inside the bottle. And a lot of the times they were not. In fact, some of them even had sawdust, right? So that's why we say, you want to make sure that you're using something that's high quality. You want to make sure that you're using something that is really what it says it is. I think that's probably the most important part of that. And Jason also said something I think is really important. Sometimes you're doing the best that you can, and you don't realize that you've made a mistake. So one of the things that we didn't realize at first was that supplements, you could take a supplement that is just a plant on the inside, but if it's in a gelatin capsule, it's actually pork.
Yes.
Right? And so that might not be something that you realize. So you might unintentionally be using something that is not actually a part of your lifestyle. So that's another important part.
Yes, really good one. Because I had a client, he was like, I still have joint pain. And I'm like, what are you taking? Like, I'm like, you either eating something or there's something going in your body that's not supposed to be going in. He was like, oh, I'm eating like you told me, taking my supplement. I was like, wait, what supplements are you taking? Because I didn't prescribe him any supplements. So, and I didn't suggest any supplements for him. And so I went to his house and I looked at all the labels. And he was taking about 12 supplements. All of them looked good. And then when we went through the label, all of them had multiple contaminants of animal products in it. And I was like, all you're doing is still eating the animal products that you just stopped physically cooking, and you're just taking it as a supplement. And once he got rid of those supplements and got to a high quality supplement, the joint pain went away.
Yeah. So that's one of the most important things. Like, as we mentioned earlier, we don't take a B12 supplement, we just use nutritional yeast. We don't take a vitamin D supplement, we just make sure that we go outside and we get some sunlight. We do take a multivitamin because we're not perfect, right? We treat this completely like a lifestyle. So when my birthday came around, we ordered in, I had cupcakes, they were amazing, right? We still supplement. We still want to make sure that no matter what, we're getting the nutrition that we need. So we take a green supplement that has 90 plus vitamins and minerals in them. So we know whether we're, pristine or whether we're just, kind of enjoying our lifestyle, that we are taking care of and we're solid. We also decided to choose this particular supplement because it is more easily bioavailable. So basically you just open it up and you pour it in a cup of water and you shake it up and you drink it. And so it automatically goes into your system. It doesn't have to go through your digestive tract and be worn down by your stomach acid. So that was something, and it tastes good.
Yeah. Remember, you saw our food home. We like to eat good food.
Right.
So of course we wanted to taste something.
Exactly. And Jason can eat some things that don't taste great for himself. I don't, right? I like for all of my things to taste good. And this is something that we really like. My nephew's 3 years old and he literally poured on his tongue like a piece of stick. It just tastes good and it's literally green. So if that's something that you want to supplement with, we included that for you because it is something that we use and we feel comfortable recommending. Everything else, is going to be your mileage may vary. You'll want to find the right resource.